welcome all my beach buds. We're back here for another episode of Keeping Up with the Buds, man. I know y'all here, y'all anticipating, wondering what we got cooked up, and it's always something good every time. Come on now. It's cannabis talk, cannabis culture, it's always elevated. So I got my main man, my cousin, my brand ambassador, Sean Boyd over here with me, kicking it out on the couch. His first time here, showing love it. I have our special guest here today. Everyone give a big whoop whoop for my man Tanner Johnson, celebrity chef out here whipping it up. Hampton's finest out here. Let's get it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna just dive in, a little bit about who you are and what do you do and how cannabis kind of made its way into your life. I think there's a lot more people now also talking about being more 420 friendly, so to speak. And I like to hear everyone's stories and how that happened and positive, negative, whatever the case may be. Everyone's got their own story because everyone's got their own life. You know what I mean? But if you could just kind of tell us about who you are, what's your name, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm Chef Tanner. I've been a chef for 7 years. I've been cooking my entire life. I'm from Washington State, the Green State, Emerald City.
You hear that, guys?
So cannabis has been in my life forever.
Oh, okay.
Just because Washington State, Pacific Northwest.
For sure.
I grew up obviously not smoking until I was of age, but I definitely dabbled around and then tried some things in high school.
Yeah,
why not? That's what you do.
Education is key.
Yes. I would say I was actually 19, 20, I started smoking.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, for sure.
In high school, I was actually very against it.
Okay.
There's stereotypes around it that are obviously false.
Yeah.
And so I dabbled into it. And then I started smoking around 1920. I remember I was going to Vancouver actually one time. And my friends, there's monster cans you could hide.
Yeah,
things
the concealables.
Sure. Yeah. So one of my first funny stories about cannabis was, we brought it across the border, but we were detained. They found it in the car.
Oh shit.
We were detained.
So you almost brought it across the border.
We almost brought it. Because he didn't tell us what was happening. He didn't tell us he brought it. So we were like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You gotta let everyone know.
Then,
at least. Right?
They're like, whose bag is this? And we were all like,
yeah.
We're not going to tell.
Yeah, for sure. Solidarity.
But we were detained 7 hours. They actually let us through, though.
All right.
Okay.
It was about the time where they were legalizing it.
Right.
So my friend, I think, kind of played on...
we're
young and I thought it was legal and
not knowing
whatever.
the law, they just kind of let you guys through.
Do you know how much he was bringing at that time? Do you?
I have no clue.
I mean, it was in the little monster can. It couldn't have been too much.
It was probably a quarter.
Yeah, you know what I mean. How much were any of us carrying at that time in our lives?
Right. Whatever fits in a monster can. Some more than others.
I done got away with carrying a little bit more than the average.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But that's dope. I like that. So it's always been a part of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even though you had the inclination at first that it was a bad thing or stay away from this, what changed? What education did you see that kind of, changed your mind about that?
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town where, farmers, ranchers.
Right.
Weed's not in your day life. So as I got older, I started reading more, educating myself. More scientific facts were coming out about how, cannabis can cure a lot of, health issues.
Yeah,
mental illness, seizures, pain. There's so many things. So, and I actually have a lot of friends who struggle with symptoms of things that they're going through that cannabis actually helps them with.
Depression, anxiety.
I think that's how all of our cannabis relationship starts. You know what I mean? We hear about it and what the stigmas around it are, and then we kind of dabble in it as we're young.
Yeah.
And then as we get educated, we all find our own personal relationships with cannabis and how it kind of fits our lives in different ways. So,
the more I got educated, the more, because I struggle with anxiety and mental illness, depression in the past. The more I educated myself, the more it helped me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I would
it was
smoke.
there to help.
Yeah.
It's always been here to help. That's the crazy part about it, that a couple bad people may have brought it across to do a couple things that to make some cash or whatever, but the initial purpose of that flower was to help
medicine. It was
medicine.
it was a
Like,
healing
and that's
point.
what our culture here on Shinnecock is. Everything that we believe in, you know what I mean, is medicine, culture, education, basically giving you that knowledge, or trying to at least help and assist with the knowledge to move on, keep on going to the next day.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's always been our thing with Indian country. As I like watch like documentaries and I watch a lot of shows that we watch, it's survival.
Yeah.
It's survival for the next day. You know what I mean? And it's just
Very
like
true.
It's tough. And because as humans, not even just one culture, as humans, we go about that a lot differently. That is the normal day for everybody, is the next day.
Yeah.
Meeting that next day. And especially as someone who may have been going through depression, anxiety, finding that next day, that's sometimes hard. I know what I trust me, I've been there. So it's nice to know that, at least like how we were just talking about before, New York State changing the laws and making it illegal for people to be able to do. You know, it sucks that it took this long, because a lot of people may have needed it back in the day.
And just that act of it becoming legal now releases so much anxiety about it itself. You know what I mean? Because when you're trying to find a way to relieve anxiety and you finally find something that may help, but then there's that stigma around it and it's illegal and you have to do it in all these other ways.
The back corners, the gray market.
I mean? It definitely adds a lot more pressure to a situation that doesn't need to be.
For someone who's already has anxiety, imagine making them have to go find
this
this
and
dude.
sketchy guy and all this shit that we had to do
Like, come
before.
on, man. Like, that's not the way that someone just wants to live their life just trying to make it through the next day.
Legit.
Like, personally, I don't, and I know other people don't. I'm sure yourself as well. So I'm glad that was able to be a relief for you and a backup, a support. You know, other than having, you know, your friends, family, all that around. You know, sometimes you just need that support. When I'm alone, well, not alone, when I want to be alone and I want to smoke some cannabis, whenever I want to like chill out, smoke a pen, drink a can. If I need to do that alone, that is just what it is. But I'll be fine in the next 30, 35 minutes. You know what I mean? I'll talk to y'all later. You know, I'll
sometimes
be
you're
later.
like, give me 30 minutes. I got to do some stuff.
Decompress. You know what I mean?
I'll call you back.
Yeah, legit.
My other guilty pleasure besides cannabis is, of course, food. All right. So I'm a foodie, as everyone knows, as all my Beach Buds knows, I'm a foodie. That is my other passion. Like, me and Sean here, we did culinary school. Couple generations
couple years ago.
You guys went to culinary school?
Originally we've known each other our entire lives, but when he moved back out here from the city and came back to Southampton High School, we both attended the BOCES program in Riverhead for culinary.
Shout out to BOCES.
Shout out to BOCES. So that gave us,
Chef
Hagen. Yeah, facts. Chef Hagen. Rekindled our friendship and our relationship, and what I mean, was absolutely our catalyst and our start into our love for cuisines and food. I later on did go to culinary school, SUNY Delhi. Shout out SUNY Delhi.
Soon.
I did switch from culinary to hotel resort management, but I stayed in the realms of hospitality because it was something that I always loved and something that was a passion for me myself as a kid. I loved food and culinary, so that was definitely an escape for me.
Sure.
So super excited to get the chat with
you guys could probably teach me a couple of things because I did not go to culinary school.
Oh, really?
I do, and that just shows. That just goes to show the levels of how you can get into culinary. You know what I mean? Because I went to culinary school, and now I don't even do anything culinary related. You never went to culinary school, and you're a chef. You know what I mean? So you never know how the tables are gonna play out for people. So that's really cool.
But it's a skill for survival.
It is. People don't realize that.
That is
There's so many people that don't
should know how to cook. Everyone should know how to cook.
And it's also something that brings people joy, hospitality, seeing someone's face from hunger to happy to joy. You know what I mean? Like giving someone a plate and smelling something that, like, there's just so many things that I could talk about food. You know what I mean?
You said you didn't go to culinary school. So how did you get into culinary? What was your catalyst into cooking?
I got into culinary because growing up, again, small town, a lot of canned food, a lot of corner store food, which I love, don't get me wrong. But I wanted more options. I wanted to explore other cuisines. Besides just, a cheeseburger or a chicken tender. There's so many great cuisines and in other countries with great food. And so I really got into that as a child and started exploring, sushi, Japanese food, Indian food, Mexican food, you name it. And so, I got into cooking by being intrigued.
Yeah,
There we go.
And then I started cooking for my friends in high school. And it kind of just morphed into something as a career.
Yeah.
I was living in New Orleans at the time, and I moved to Los Angeles. In New Orleans, I have a nonprofit named 360 NOLA, so we do a lot of community service, a lot of Hurricane
amazing.
Katrina work.
Love that.
There we go.
Physically rebuilding
important.
homes
No,
with our hands.
That's dope. I'll be
Yeah.
in New Orleans in November for a bachelor party, but I'll touch your mind on that a little bit
You
too on
should.
New Orleans and see what's popping out there food wise. Gonna get some nice little
my
suggestions.
gosh.
Yes, New Orleans
yeah.
is the best city
I know.
in the world.
That was the dream.
That's
to
one of
open
my
a restaurant
places.
in New Orleans and then retire to the swamp. That was always the dream. Weird little dream, but
Swamp boy.
Swamp boy, I love it. Love it out there.
Nah, that's tough. I love that. Like, I really, New Orleans, the NO is really one of the places that I want to go to experience food.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's one of the, I'm going to say I have a top 5, and don't ask me what's in this top 5 of food meccas, but they're definitely in my top 5, maybe top 3, and I haven't even been there. You know what I mean? Like, of places I want to enjoy their food, and I hold it to a high regard because so much cuisine, so much love really is put into their food, and I just love spice. Also, I hate bland food.
They have the best
You know what I
spice.
mean? They have
and
the
again,
spice.
it's not just the food; it's the whole culture.
It's the culture behind it.
How it's made, who it's made with. It's very family, very fun.
It's
you know,
about that.
crawfish boils, shrimp boils,
Sign me
party
up.
in the backyard,
Sign me up. Every day.
alcohol.
Yeah,
There you
of
go.
course.
Sign me up.
Yeah, right?
Sign me up.
You know,
For
so
real.
New Orleans really pushed me actually to get into cooking as a professional in LA. Because in LA, I felt it lacked, you know, that kind of character, hominess where New Orleans food brings you.
Yeah, the soul.
The soul,
behind the food.
you know, the language of food, the art of it, and you know, how it brings people together.
Yeah.
So in LA, I found I was lacking that in my life. COVID hit. So, you know, that was a huge,
that's big.
obviously disruption. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to actually start a meal prep company because people still wanted to eat.
People still got to eat
good food.
Yeah.
Healthy food, whatever it was. So,
and I've seen some of your meals. They look good. They look
Thank you.
real good, man. They look
Thank
real
you.
good.
Yeah,
Healthy
they're,
plates.
you know,
It's hard to find meal prep that actually looks appealing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that doesn't look, or looks appealing after the pictures. Like you get a picture of it and it looks good, and then you get the food and you're like,
you're just like,
all right. Like,
all right, well,
but-
support, right?
like grits. Like people
Oh
wanted
my
Southern
gosh.
food, and I would be like, let's substitute it for cauliflower. Like, let me do like a cauliflower grits or a sweet potato mash. Like, I don't know, still to give you that
I love
fulfilling
that.
meat and potato,
Uh-huh.
you know, spiced
Yes.
go.
sensation.
That's
but,
it. I love
you know,
that.
you know, people in California, they want to eat healthy. So
yeah, they
I
of
merged
course.
them.
Yeah,
That's
you
what's
merge that with soul and, you know, fitness and health and everything else around it, because that stuff is important to me. Because if I can't like I want to lose weight, I want to be on a diet and things like that, but if I can't mentally enjoy this food, I'm not gonna really want to partake in this regular regiment that I should probably, you know what I mean, but give me some kind of incentive. You know,
eating healthy doesn't mean
bring
eating
it love.
bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
healthy
healthy foods can
food
be
doesn't
good,
always
actually,
necessarily mean
like,
boring.
Yeah.
It's the way you do it. It's you know, it's the delivery, not the message. You know,
for sure.
So it's all about how you put it in a package and present it.
And present it out. The plating.
The plating
is always
you have to be
presentation.
creative. A little creative.
There we go. That's what's up.
So my thoughts is, you say that you had to you know, you got actually back into, well, not back in, but into chefing when you moved and went to college or stuff like that. But were you always into cooking? Like, where did that stem from? Like,
I've been into cooking my whole entire life. Like, I was in the kitchen with my grandma cooking, helping her, where, you know, my other siblings were, you know, doing horse stalls and cleaning horse shit. You know, like, I wanted to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's always where my home was. And so that's, you know, my grandparents really got me into it. My mother, she forced me to try different foods. If I didn't eat what she had for dinner, I had to eat it for breakfast. Then I go to my dad's house and we'd be eating like top ramen, which I love top
Yeah,
ramen.
Everybody, every
I
house.
still eat it,
household.
but there was no diversity.
Yeah.
And so I was craving that.
So you sought it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
my
what's up.
dad's, you'll never make enough money doing that.
Yeah, going into that.
You're never gonna whatever.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it.
Now you're doing it.
And
go.
the world has evolved.
Of course.
And you have to kind of get out of your comfort zone in order to do things that you want to do.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's what's
fact.
up.
And at your grandmother's house and things like that, what was some of the dishes that you like to eat or make with her?
So we had very basic food palettes.
Okay, all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
So I mean, she would do like very traditional meat and potatoes, roast beef, like
Sign me up for
very
that, too.
traditional.
Yes.
Traditional American
With
food.
some carrots in there? Did it have
maybe
carrots
carrots.
in there? I need
maybe
some
carrots.
in there
My
a little
family
bit.
doesn't like vegetables.
Okay, straight meat and protein.
I mean, she would do like lasagna, spaghetti, very basic.
Man, sign me up.
I mean, she does like an Alfredo lasagna with like beans.
Are you Italian? Is your family
No,
Italian?
Norwegian background.
Norwegian. Okay, dope. That's cool.
Yeah.
We have a coworker here. Shout out to Gabe. He always walks around. He's Norwegian himself.
Yeah.
He runs around Norwegian boy.
Yeah.
That's that guy. He's a dope ass kid, bro. He's real tough. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's also a Hampton local.
Nice.
And stuff like that. I really haven't met too many Norwegian people that like. Now that I think about it, but I love y'all. Y'all dope.
Yeah,
it's a vibe. You know what I mean? There's certain people that you can. I'm big on connection. I'm big on vibes. Like your purity and who you are, especially like you brought up the fact that you did nonprofits and you wanted to help out around your community or where you were. You've seen devastation. You've seen people needing that, and I feel like I attract those people who care for the culture, care for people, care for humankind. We gotta, and the best part about it, we're all cannabis lovers.
Yes,
and that's the other thing about it. It's like, damn, we got so much love for everybody.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all love
so
us?
much hate, yeah, right? Why would all the hate for?
There's a lot of haters out there.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's weird vibes, but it is what it is. When you were in NO though, but what would you say some of your favorite foods to eat? Out there,
in general, or New
like
Orleans?
a spot that you
in
went
New Orleans,
to.
like
in New Orleans, definitely crawfish. Like I love crawfish.
Yeah. Was that like how many times would you say you ate that out the week?
During
or
crawfish,
should I say a month.
During crawfish season.
During crawfish season, I mean 3 to 5 times a week.
Damn.
Because you only get it during the season. Some people don't like it. I love it.
I do too. Yeah, I love all seafood.
Crawfish, and
I love
then
all food.
There's like this corner store brand called Brothers.
Okay.
I like the chicken there, the fried chicken at Brothers.
Is it seasoned? It has to be.
It's seasoned, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They have great sauces.
It has to be seasoned.
Gumbo. I love soup, so gumbo's great.
Sign me up for gumbo any day.
Fish.
Jambalaya. Are you a jambalaya person?
Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite thing are like the char-grilled oysters.
Yes.
Those are the best.
Yes. Do you have any of those? So like those dishes that you've seen, and do you now take those and implicate those into your meals that you do now? Like since those meals did they inspire your meals that you make for celebrities that you make for anybody?
So a lot of I would say New Orleans cooking is a niche. A lot of chefs aren't cooking New Orleans cuisine, Cajun cuisine.
Yeah.
So when I propose that to a chef, when I propose Cajun cuisine to a client, like, we haven't had that, or we've always wanted to go to New Orleans. So I'm always like, let me bring New Orleans to you.
There we go.
And I can bring Mardi Gras, and I can bring everything.
The fun.
There
we go.
I've seen on a lot because now I think social media has taken the way to find food and find out the favorite recipes to make, or different cuisines and different cultures, the way they prep their food, or even celebrity chefs or just chefs that are starting off want to have a platform, I think social media has definitely helped that.
Yes.
When I know personally, like I said, I'm a foodie, so I'm pretty much subscribed to damn near everybody. You know what I mean? I'm looking at all your shit like, I like that. Nah, I can get rid of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get on my girl. I'm like,
bro, I've got a whole
don't know
folder
about
of
those.
recipes saved
Yeah.
from Instagram that who knows if I'll ever actually cook, but they're there and I
They're
scan
there.
to
But
them.
it's
So
same
you know what I
thing.
mean?
A couple of my
I got
friend
'em.
groups we have, or a couple of my friend groups were only food.
Yeah.
Like we only like throw in. We don't talk. We don't say anything. We just
Just
throw in
recipes.
recipes.
Yes.
We just throw in recipes from shit like it's no tomorrow. You know what I mean? But that's just how it is. That's how much food like has been in obviously around every day in order to live, but how much we actually care about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, social media, I mean, game changer in the food
Yeah.
industry, the culinary world. So many great recipes. You're also able to see recipes you never heard of. I mean,
Yes.
from other cultures,
To
other cuisines
build.
around the world.
To build that catalog.
You know what I mean? And social media has just been such a great, there's a lot of bad things about social media, but
Of
there's also a
course.
lot of great things about it. And I think
Of
that's,
course.
one of
Education.
the things. Education.
It's one of those things.
And the
No matter what
visuals.
it is, it's a way for it. The means for it should be used for education.
Yeah.
Whether that's being, those guys that show you how to build a pool in your backyard, out of mud.
The shit they're doing on social media is crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, and they're like clipping it in 30 seconds.
Yeah, for real.
It makes it look so
I
easy.
definitely think that as you touched on the visual aspect that
Yeah.
social media kind of adds into that aspect of learning how to cook definitely
Mhm.
helps. Because back in the days it was like cookbooks, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like that's cool, but not seeing the actual steps, not
How
getting
it's
that
supposed to be
visual how
done.
to of
The
how
visual-
it's supposed to be
we
done.
love picture books, okay?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally just a picture book for, recipes, and it's really cool, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? The way that that's definitely translated into helping people
I
grow as
agree.
cooks and definitely spread cuisine
Yeah.
around.
And building confidence. I mean, in cooking,
Yeah.
the number one thing I hear from people is confidence issue.
Yeah.
Like, you are capable of cooking this chicken, you're scared it's gonna be undercooked.
Yeah.
It's
So
true.
confidence is like huge. I mean,
Yeah.
I struggle with confidence sometimes too, and and it's a game changer. You cook with confidence, and you can cook anything you want.
We
That's
have
good. Like that.
I want to say hopefully a residential chef here, also Chef John, who does a lot of the cooking for us here for our podcast, and he's somewhat inspired that same way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We love to have the food because cannabis and food tie in together so much.
Yes.
Whether it be you're that person that your diet needs you need to smoke in order to build that the metabolism, or you know what I mean, whatever.
Helping with appetite.
Yep,
Yeah, I mean, that's
everything. It's super important. So it's already been implemented into the cannabis culture, but even so much that it's now being really implemented into the cannabis culture to where it's infused food now.
Yes.
We have a lot of, like Chef John, he does infused food for us, and does like a nice little plating and how you would do it and the portions. It's dope, and the food is amazing. Really good guy. We now have started to do like infused dinners that we're going to start planning here at LBH, starting to kind of like reach out to those people that have been looking for that, especially in this Hamptons area.
People want that
mean?
experience,
Yeah.
People love
especially
that
in the
experience.
Hamptons.
People pay for experiences, and you know what I mean? Food
Yeah.
is definitely something that people pay for. I know I don't mind paying for a good meal, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
definitely.
So getting
Sign
that
me up.
paired with something.
And
is
they
like
want to get
niche.
high
Yeah, right?
exactly.
Niche is cannabis.
Exactly.
Every
And
time you
eat,
get
so,
a
like,
little
they go-
stoned.
It goes hand in hand.
hand in hand.
Have you ever done any infused dinners for a client or for yourself? Or
Yeah,
anything
I've
like that?
done a couple actually,
Dope.
all in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
LA's like a big hot spot for like these CBD, THC
Yeah.
infused dinner parties.
Yeah,
Cool.
So I've done them before.
that's dope.
Nice.
People start mixing it with alcohol. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's when it gets a little wonky.
You can see like the transformation from the
For
start
real.
to the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
And
real.
I'm not like infusing the shit out of it.
Yeah,
It's slightly
you're
microdosed,
portioned,
portioned
right.
and safe,
Yeah.
of course.
But once you the only other thing is that once you infuse Well, not infused, but once you bring alcohol into the picture,
I think it's
with
almost like a
anything.
placebo effect too. People are
Yeah.
getting relaxed, you know what I mean? They're
Yes.
enjoying the party. They think that this is what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I think it's just like a mix of the atmosphere and just what those kind of environments bring.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if anyone was too like heavily dosed in the food, that's gonna go bad.
It's gonna
We've
go
all
bad.
seen people, you know what I mean, that have done too much and how
Yeah.
it can change the mood of a party. But
Yes.
no, like you said, you do it the right way. It's
Yeah, I want them to have a good time.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what
and
I
I
mean?
want
I feel like
them
when they're
to be
controlled,
safe.
it
the
definitely
vibes to be good, and,
Yeah.
and some people don't want to experience it, and I still
For sure.
make them the food without it.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. That's the
And,
best part.
and so you can still experience it without experiencing.
Or experience going overboard, you
Yeah.
know. And I love the fact of food could be so diverse and versatile like that you could do the infused and non-infused, and people still will get the same feeling.
Yeah,
You
they're
know
still
what I
gonna feel
mean?
good.
That's the one thing I was thinking and saying about food, and always will. It's about the fact that moment where someone may have a bad day, your girlfriend, your whatever, may have a bad day, and they would get the chance to eat something they really love. You know what I mean? Whether that be a hamburger, homemade hamburger, or big ziti, lasagna. I love
Anything.
lasagna. All kinds of things, fried chicken, whatever the case may be, and immediately get uplifted by that.
Yeah.
You know what I
We've
mean?
all,
It-
we've
it
all done the
changes
happy dance when we sit down to
when
eat.
the
You know
people
what I
are
mean? That
hungry,
nice meal in front of
they
you,
hang-
but
When
you've
they do
been
it in
waiting
an
for it
hour
all
or two.
day. You know what I mean?
That hangry thing, that's a real thing. You know what I mean? The fact that people could immediately change their day off the mere fact of having a dish that they really liked or that they got, that's a beautiful thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because that's and so to speak, that's power, man. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That's power behind it. And it's such a crazy thing that it comes from the ground. It comes from like fruits and vegetables, things that you pair with dishes. These are what's already blessed here for you to you know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
live and thrive off of, you know. So it's dope. And it's the same thing parallel to cannabis. Cannabis was grown in a regular field, you know what I mean? That was
Green.
just, you know what I mean? And you pluck it and you treat it. If you really like the old way, it was just something that just grew up
Yeah.
to be fucking like 12 feet high or whatever the case may be, and then you go out there and clip it off. But like now there's obviously a little bit more nurture and care into it, but it's the same thought behind it that like a tomato, like anything else.
Yeah.
You put it down into the ground and you watch it grow up. It's the love and the care that you put into it.
Yeah.
And that is just so bonding between the two. And I think that's why infused foods work so hand in hand with each other as well. So if you don't mind, what's a couple of people that you probably that you could divulge that you cooked for that
Yeah.
are into the,
In the industry.
Yeah, in the industry.
Yeah, so I've done a variety of people. I'd say the biggest names I've done, Kardashians, Kris
Love
Jenner.
that.
I just did her
Yes.
birthday party last year.
Oh, dope.
Jeff Bezos, Benny Medina,
Oh,
Sylvia
shoot.
Mantella, Hayden Panettiere. I mean,
Very
Peter
good.
Morton, he owns Hard Rock Hotels.
Uh-huh.
So a big
That's dope.
variety.
Yeah, that's
You know,
dope.
my favorite clients, honestly, are like the more quiet luxury clients.
Yes.
Just the
Okay.
chill ones.
Just the chill ones.
They're just chill. Like my Hamptons clients this summer, they're just chill.
Yeah,
There you
for
go.
sure. Because we are that. We are
Yeah.
just chill.
Chilling.
Like we just like to relax. Like this vibe, this backyard,
Yeah.
whatever vibe on a beautiful day that's just chill. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We like living that non-stress life because that's really life. You shouldn't be stressed out.
No.
Life is stressful enough.
Yeah.
Your regular means to calm down, chill, and smoke a joint or whatever the case may be, that should be your chill out
Yeah,
point.
at
Yeah.
home should be your place of peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you welcome somebody into your home, especially like a chef or something, like it should be a relaxed experience. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine hiring a chef to come into my home and then like hassling them. Like, you know what I mean? Have you had a bad experience with like somebody? I know probably can't indulge too much, but like had that person that's just a little too like
I've had
nitpicky at what you're doing. Like you hired me to do a job. Can I
Yeah.
like cook a little for
I've never
you?
had like a I mean, I lit Kim Kardashian's roof on fire in Malibu. That's like the worst thing I've ever done. But I've never had like a very bad, terrible relationship with a client.
Yeah.
But they get high maintenance. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get
of
kind of
course.
nitpicky
Yeah,
and
yeah.
are you
They
sure
get-
you're supposed to be doing that?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. And it's
yes.
like, yes, I'm the chef.
I'm very
here.
sure.
Are you the same chef?
know,
Like, you hired me to
Did
do
you
this.
hire
Sometimes I
yourself?
want to infuse their food.
Yeah.
Make them calm down a little bit.
I was gonna say that was a good question because I wanted to know like how many people is it like because cooking can be stressful.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
and it's a timing thing. Like everything has to be done in accordance.
Cooking
And-
is like it's science.
Yeah.
almost.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
I mean, you can just throw it in the oven and
for the
whatever, but
best.
it is all
Yeah.
about baking is a science.
Yeah.
Growing marijuana is a science.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to do the certain thing so it comes out.
The
Great.
steps
The
in
same,
the
but
process.
yeah, exactly. Do you anybody that was like not anybody, but what was one of the most like requested meals from that you'll be like you would think that somebody had I would say like a
Gosh.
different kind of taste, but they just ordered like or asked for some bland shit.
Like
you
a
know?
bit like what's a request?
Yeah, what's a no? Yeah. What's a typical request for yourself?
Gosh, that's so hard. I mean, again, New Orleans food.
Yeah,
just because
yeah.
I can bring the season, I can bring the spice up your life a little bit. A lot of people love Japanese food, sushi.
Sushi, yeah.
So I would say that's a big request. A lot of sashimi dishes, things that they get at restaurants that they're like,
Yeah.
how the hell do I make this at home?
Yeah.
So I would say the Japanese food's probably my biggest request. I mean,
That's
when I
dope.
did Kris Jenner's birthday party, we did a 10-course Wagyu beef tasting
I
menu.
love that.
All right.
So it's either the requests are like over the top,
Yeah.
or honestly, they're so simple. They're like grilled chicken with a salad. So
and you're like, okay, yeah.
It really just depends.
Sign me up.
Yeah. People love truffles.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
That's a request.
My
all the
girlfriend
time.
loves truffles. I just made some. I made 20-ounce ribeye with
Wow.
some rice and beans, and I did some asparagus with Parmesan and white truffle sauce over it, baked it in the oven and stuff. Oh my god, I love to cook too. I love
That's
to
good.
eat. Like I'll get down. Me and him
Well, I haven't
love
cooked food
steak
in a
and
minute,
cooking. Like that, I'll go. She knows like if there's steak to be made, sign me up. If there's like a big ziti to be made,
Yeah.
sign me up. Like
Yeah.
if there is certain things. I'm not saying that like I could cook everything and anything. Maybe I could if I learned it.
Yeah.
But my go-tos are go-tos. You know what I mean?
They're-
So,
they're
I'm
banging.
like something has to be made. Oh yeah, go talk to Jay about it being made. You know what I mean? Like
Been doing lamb for Elena.
Oh
and,
my God, yes.
I've got to
Lamb's
say,
really
my
good.
lamb has been getting really, really good.
Lamb's
Been-
good.
I love lamb.
Been
Mutton
refining
chop,
that.
sign me up for that too. I
Yeah.
love that. That's dope.
I've been eating a lot of bison this summer.
Bison.
I feel like
Ooh.
that's been coming around as like a meat, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
It's
That's
good.
becoming more popular.
Like
you know what I
bison
mean?
fillet, ground
Yeah.
bison. It's good. It's a more leaner.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more leaner.
So we had our powwow here on our territory, and there's vendors all around that basically have some of the most different food that you could think of within the Indian culture.
Just more
Indian
traditional
country
style dishes.
culture.
around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
bison is definitely
Bison,
one of the
venison,
number
you know what
one
I mean? A lot of
things.
those kind of
Yeah.
game meats and
I,
stuff
Yeah.
I
like that.
grab that on a regular. Like I love trying different styles of food
Yeah.
because, like, as long as my thought process is, some people would be like, oh nah. I would like my thought process is if it was cooked right and it was made with love, then
It'll taste good.
Then it'll taste good.
There's
You
people
know
like
what I
I don't
mean?
like shrimp.
Yeah,
I'm like, let
Yeah.
me just do it my
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And I'll
just try
may
it. Just try it
Just
out.
try.
Just try
You
it
have
out.
to try
Just try it
things once.
at least once. Because then if you don't, you limit yourself.
You do.
And that's the one thing I'm just like solely opposed on. It's just limiting life, limiting yourself, limiting the possibilities. And like how we were saying about New York and it's the way it was moving. At first it was limiting itself,
Yeah.
not allowing cannabis to be around, and now that it has, doors are starting to open. You know what I mean? Like even like places that in the city that I've been to that do an infused meal,
Mhm.
well, like a prefix
Yeah.
meal that's infused and things like that. Like that stuff is starting to become a little bit more open. Do you think that you will ever want to do that? Like start up your own restaurant or like
Yeah.
what's your goals for yourself
Definitely.
as taking this into, a new because really doing it from the ground up is something that I think I see you doing. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
So there's 2 things I'm working on right now. Is a restaurant in New Orleans, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm in the talks of doing that. Secondly, I have like a huge problem with snacks. Like I love chips.
I love it
I love
too.
chips, candy. Like it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to develop something when you get the munchies, like you can eat and not feel terrible about it, but still tastes good.
Yeah.
I don't want a handful of pistachios.
Yeah.
Like I want Doritos.
You want the-
But if I eat a whole bag of Doritos, I'm gonna feel like shit the next day.
Yeah.
So what can I have that's affordable, still tastes well, that's not super processed, but still get that satisfying sensation
and cost effective.
So that's where I see the future going.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And is snacking. I'm a snacker.
That's dope.
Nice.
I love that. I also saw that you that you love music and that you actually have been working on some music.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk
So yeah,
about
I'm
that
a big,
little bit.
huge music and food are my biggest passions in my life.
Yeah.
I've done almost every career I've ever wanted to do.
Sound like this guy
Right?
here.
Great minds think alike.
Doing things here.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I like to
used
change
do a
it up, but
little
music's one thing I've never done. I mean, I've been a dancer before. I've done music, but I've never done it as a career. So yeah, I taught myself how to DJ. I'm producing a song right now with a producer friend. I DJ'd some gigs in Vegas.
Right.
So I'm coming out the song in October. When I'm in the kitchen, I'm always blasting music, dancing. I'm a freak.
What's your
I was gonna say, what's your go-to song? You're getting into your car or you're going to the kitchen. What is the first song that you're putting on? What's at the top of what's at the top of your Spotify on repeat? We've all got it.
Right now.
Yeah,
like right now. It's brat season. So Charlie XCX.
All right.
I love Charlie XCX. But I mean, I like dance music. I like old music. I like country. I like rap. I like hip hop. I mean, honestly, I like everything.
Here we go.
I'm not a big death metal screamo fan. I like music that makes me feel good. And makes me
death metal makes me feel good. I've been in a few pits before. You know me, J-Boy. I was the Warped Tour kid. I was out there in some death pits out there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh,
we used to be out there doing it.
In 7th and 8th grade, it was like the emo phase. I felt like 2006, 7. It was like My Chemical Romance and Green Day. Like I went through that phase. The skater phase.
The skater phase.
Never really grew out of it.
I feel like
it's still in there.
When that shit come on, I'm rocking. I don't care where I am. You know what I mean?
It's funny,
especially when you play sports, when you play football and stuff like that. That was the number one of the songs mostly played in the locker room was.
I saw a meme that it was or all the 2000s emo boys in their country boy phase now, and I got a little offended because at the time I had made a playlist called Country Boy Playlist, and I was in my little country boy music phase for a little bit. My playlist
country's back now.
Yeah,
it's back.
Country is back, and you know what? But country is also in your culture, it's in your blood. Country music is dope.
Yes.
As long I'm a fan of music, so as long as it's good music, I'm rocking with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as it's got because what he was saying, I used to produce and make music as well.
Nice.
And I just never really I like limitations.
Yeah.
Why I hate limitations.
I don't like labels or limitations.
Yeah,
so we getting a collaboration here? Is this what we're saying? Are we producing a track here? Do we got something in the works?
My alter ego.
I'll be in the video in the background. Let's get it.
When I'm not in the kitchen and say I'm out, I love to go dancing. I'm a complete freak. In a good way.
In a good way.
People are like, who is this person? Why aren't you performing? Why aren't you in music? So
it's
I'm you know
what?
That. Let's just do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best part about those aspects. There's certain key things within each thing that could seem like they always come together.
Yeah.
And it's about joy and happiness all within it. Cannabis, music, food, all that energy.
Like you said, man, people are real primal, we just care about making it to the next day and enjoying the time that we have, you know what I mean? And there are those key things that, like you said, touch on those things. There's the medicines that help us, there's the food that we eat, the things that we do to pass our time, you know what I mean? It's life, and it's a lot of those times, they all kind of mesh together, blend together in a way, so.
I think cannabis, is a game changer. I'm all about living a healthy lifestyle. Of course, enduring some temptations once in a while.
Yeah.
But,
everything.
let's just say the government pushes these pills and these prescriptions.
Yeah.
And cannabis is another way to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And help your pain, help your depression,
Break
help
that
your
stigma.
anxiety. There's like hundreds of things that it helps. Literally hundreds.
Facts.
I remember when it first came out, I was trying to like persuade my dad. I was like, because I was like smoking in the backyard and he got mad. I'm like, well, I'm 21 and whatever. But I was like, dude, like, there's so many things that this helps. And it's not what you think it is.
Yeah,
like, you're drinking a beer, like 10 beers.
And then
there's nothing.
I don't have any
Absolutely
calories
nothing good
from this
about
cannabis.
Yeah, facts.
I may eat a little bit more, but I could
But
use
that's
it.
good.
You know what I mean?
So what?
Yeah.
It's good for you. It's wholesome, and you're minding your business and you're chilling.
Yeah.
We had a 420 event here, and everyone was a little bit nervous about having so many people here because it was our first time.
And the idea of open consumption and everybody being able to indulge.
No one really had an idea of what it could be. And I had to try to let everyone understand that, listen, this is cannabis culture. It's not like alcohol culture.
Yeah.
It's very different. You put a couple of people in a bar or somewhere and they get a little bit too slizzy, anything can happen. They are more or less, it kind of sometimes, and I like to drink too. That's no knock at I love tequila. No knock at that. You know what I mean? I love that shit. But there is something about it that when it's overly consumed, that it kind of brings out a little bit more of the rowdiness and a little bit of a more of a like, when it's a mass amount of people, especially. You know what I mean?
I've never gotten in trouble or made a mistake or anything high.
Yeah, chilling.
Alcohol, whew.
And you're always
it's a different story.
I know all of shit.
Never have I ever gotten in trouble high.
Exactly. And it's always just like people who do it, they're chilling, they're regular. It's a social thing. We're passing it back and forth, we're laughing, we're telling stories, whatever, talking about our day. Regardless of the fact, we have this event going on, it's 1,100 people, and everything is smooth. Everything is chilling. Everything is
good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good times.
And it's like they had to like take a step back and be like, oh damn, all right, well, this is cannabis culture. This is a relaxed and for the right kind of people who want to just
and it
have
was
a place
such a
to
mixed,
congregate.
Diverse group of people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It brings
all
people
age
together.
groups.
It really does.
It really does. All age gaps, people.
I always say that cannabis has many different faces.
Yeah.
Your doctor, your firefighter, your town official, your whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. Your police officer, your next. It helps them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not meant for any kind of harm.
And there's so many people that hide that they smoke or do cannabis in whatever way it is. But let me tell you something. What I've learned is everyone smokes in some capacity.
Yes.
Everyone's doing an edible.
Yes.
CBD. Like I'm telling you, like there's so many people that hide that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But one thing
there's still a slight stigma to it.
Yeah, there is. But as an adult, 31 years old almost, I'm like, wow, everyone fucking smokes.
Do it, bro.
Like they do.
Chill, it's relaxed.
The people in Wyoming and Montana, the ranchers, y'all are smoking in the bars. I know you are. I've seen it.
Blowing it down. Blowing
it
down. I know up here we were blowing it down in the farms.
Oh yeah.
In the barns.
My grandfather had a little
all
farm.
day, every day. We were blowing it down. No matter if it was on the res, off the res. That was the best thing about having a diverse area also, that it was just with so many different friend groups that it was kind of cool to who participated in cannabis. 420 was a thing for us. Like it was always just something to have around for the town that brought people in. And that back then when we were doing parties back then, it was the same thing. Everyone chilling. Oh, the smokers, we know where you guys are. They're in the room rolling up the next joint. You know what I mean? It was always
that's the room I want to be in.
Yeah, exactly. And that room was so chill. That room was so. We're rapping. We're doing, bringing creative flows because that's what it did. But besides bring people together, it brought creative and or medicated effects that helped you in that sense. So it was dope. I love that.
Do you think cannabis has helped you creatively in culinary? Like, do you get a
Yes.
little, you know what I mean? Do you think it just helps kind of bring out that extra little spark
Stress
in you?
out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely it's made me creative in so many ways. I
Yeah.
mean, in photography, I've done photography, I've done culinary, music, you know, sales and marketing, even.
Yeah.
Creative in my sales pitching. I mean, it makes me think of things I wouldn't think of regularly because, you know, I'm relaxed and I'm in a great state of mind. So I look at things differently. People are always like, you know, you can act different if you smoke. I'm like, you're really not acting different. You're just tapping into, you know,
Who
your
you
artistic
are.
ability and who you
Yeah.
could be.
Looking
And
at things through a
Yeah.
different
you know,
lens.
as a human, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve and grow. And
No,
you know,
that's a fact.
That's dope.
like
I
a
love that.
weed plant, you're supposed to grow and
Supposed to
Right?
grow, man. Put me in the light and let
turn
me
it
grow.
into something
There you
great.
go.
Yeah,
man.
turn me son and nurture me. Give me
Yeah.
some TLC too, because I need it.
Yes.
I need it here time to time. You know what I mean? But I
Name me
love
something
that.
awesome. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
facts.
Facts.
Feed me. That's
Yeah.
how you make me.
That's what's up.
I love that though. I love having you here today. It was dope. Can you tell me some things that you may have going on in the future that besides, like, I know you just brought up that you're thinking about doing, you know, your own style of snacks and things like
Yes.
that. But is there anything like music wise?
Yeah, so going down the line, we said
Gosh.
snacks,
Is
the
there
restaurant,
anything else you
music.
got
So
going
music,
on that you wanna-
I'm taking a couple months off of working
Okay.
in the culinary industry. Actually, I've told all my
Alright.
clients no Thanksgiving, no Christmas this year,
Dope.
because I'm really
Focus
gonna
on you.
tap into, you know, this you know,
Yeah.
tan side,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
the music
go.
side, you know, dancing, singing, and mostly entertaining, you know,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would say that's next on the list for me, for sure.
Dope.
There you go.
I like
Yeah.
that for you.
Yeah.
And keep yourself elevating
Yeah.
and
You only live once. I mean,
exactly.
you only live
Do
once.
what you can.
I'm tired of living my life, you know, hidden. And feeling scared.
Right.
Not that I'm scared, but, you know, should I do this? Should I
Yeah,
not do
do-
this?
Why
The
not?
culinary,
You know what
I was
mean?
scared to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Look where
And
I
look
got.
at yourself. Right.
So, you know, now I'm trying to apply that to music.
There we
I
go.
love that, man.
Love
That's
it.
important.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I love to bring that into light. And I'm glad you came here to tell Sean and I and all the beach buds out there about, you know, your life and how cannabis honestly and ultimately influenced and helped you and hopefully continues to bring you to,
Yeah.
you know, a grounded but elevated level, because, you know, it's important to just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Keep striving, and like I would love to have you back here again
Yes,
and
well,
do
Thank you
something.
guys for having me, and, you
sure.
know, of course, supplying this amazing
Yeah, I'm
space that's safe and
Awesome.
supplying, you know, great
Yes,
cannabis
exactly.
products.
Thank
And, you know,
Appreciate you
spreading
being
the
here.
word, the good word,
the good word,
the
and
truth.
safe. Exactly that.
Facts.
It's not gloomy. It's not bad. It's love and rainbows and everything else over here, man.
The worst thing is the little
come over
munchies.
here,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, right?
Exactly, the munchies. And my man, Chef Tanner, got it.
Yeah.
He got the
Hey, we got the
you
solution
covered.
for that.
Yeah, he got
Look,
you
we
covered.
got it.
Exactly. So
Yes.
pull up, man. And I would love to see about doing some kind of events with you.
Yeah.
like profit events, nonprofit events, like joining in and bringing in those kinds of community engagement
Yeah.
and love and support, because regardless of where we are, there is still a homeless demographic out here.
Yes.
There's still people who don't have a way or a means to find food, you know what I mean, because life is hard, life
Yeah.
is stressful.
But before
You
we
know
do
what I
wrap it up, do you want to shout out the plug for your nonprofit you said
Yeah.
you got going?
Oh, yeah,
What's
so
that?
360 NOLA.
Get out there.
Shout
You know,
out.
Hurricane Katrina,
Yeah.
natural disaster recovery work in New Orleans. We've been doing it since I was in high school.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
for
that's dope.
16.
Replug
Yeah.
that in
So,
there.
That's
over
love,
15
man.
years. So
That's love. That's
Yeah.
real love.
next
That's passion,
year
too.
is the 20th anniversary.
There we go.
So
That's dope.
stay tuned.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Go.
Yeah, so I would love to bring any kind of, like, you know,
I'll be here next summer. We can do a
Yeah.
fundraiser, a cannabis fundraiser,
Exactly.
give back to the community here
Yeah.
as well.
exactly.
I mean, a little goes a long way.
A little,
Facts.
just as long as it's, you know, and that's what I brought up before, the love and the genuine, the genuality behind everything. I think that's just
Yeah.
love. That's what everyone needs, and that's what cannabis culture and Little Beach Harvest needs too. It needs to support the love, the community
Facts.
outreach, and that's because that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
You know, so I love to work on future
course.
things with you. as
The
well.
Hamptons community and the cannabis community here is amazing.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
it's one of the best communities all throughout the Hamptons. I've ever seen.
That's dope. So where can we pretty much find any of your social media plugs, where your web browser, your fundraiser, anything like that, to where we could kind of just, outsource
Instagram is like, my nuclei.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Instagram, it's Tanner's Johnson.
I love
TANNERSJOHNSON.
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
All right, dope. Any YouTube? Do you do anything on YouTube?
I don't do YouTube. I don't.
Is that a personal choice, or
it's a personal choice?
Okay, all right.
And the music, where can we find
music? It's going to be, on Apple streaming, Spotify streaming, on every platform in a couple weeks.
All right, nice. So put it on the Spotify playlist. Still got to follow it.
Date? I know you said October 2024.
I'm roughing it. We'll see.
I was born in October 20. Actually, October.
When?
That's crazy. October 24th, and it'll be 2024.
Wow.
Damn.
I was born October 17th.
Oh, shit.
So maybe I'll be on your birthday. On my Instagram, it says the release date is October 24th.
All right. So
it really does.
We're locked in.
But we will see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, I'll be checking in and staying tuned for that. Make sure you also follow us at Little Beach Harvest on our Instagram. Click the follow on that, and also follow us on Facebook. It's called Little Beach Harvest Dispensary. No doubt. All right, guys. I love it. I love seeing y'all. Tune in for the next episode of Keeping Up with the Buzz, man. Chef Tanner, Sean Boyd, your host Jay Wright.
Round of applause for the people. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's go.